What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rundown, episode 23 for March. What is it? March 1st?
Yeah.
Charleston's gaming podcast. That was a long February.
Very long February.
What did you do with your extra given day for February?
Oh, I just worked. Dude, and I don't know what it was about it being the 29th or what the case might be, but it just seemed to drag out so much longer.
You're not used to having that day, man.
Yeah, and it was weird because we were super busy too, and time just stayed still the whole time. It was like 1:30 for about 5 hours.
Not 6:30, but 1:30.
Yeah, 1:30 for 5 hours.
So how was your past couple of weeks for you? We didn't record last week. So how was what you been up to?
Yeah, just kind of chilling. I'm not trying to get too crazy in the gaming thing right now. Just dabbling in little stuff. But I haven't played Destiny in a week or longer. So I've been, just picking up little games. Started grinding the Division again, getting ready for the new drop Tuesday.
Yep, Warlords of Expansion.
Yep. And then started playing Uncharted 4 again. And that one's I forgot how fun that game is.
What made you decide to want to pick that back up?
I think all the hype that we've been talking about,
for the Tom
movie.
Holland.
Yeah. Movie. I was like, you know what? I remember that being a really good game, and then I just saw it. I forgot. I remembered I had it, and I was like, might as well. It's one of the few games I still have on hard copy.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, I do as well. I was definitely one of the ones I kept because it came with the console, for my Uncharted Blue console.
And what about you? What'd you do?
Gamed a lot. I'm still balls deep in Ghost Recon. I'm still doing everything. I'm finding every little question mark. I'm doing I'm doing all of it. So I have this thing where I get addicted when there's a list. I get addicted. So if you give me a list, I have to complete that list. And that's essentially what's going on with Ghost Recon is there's, everything's on the screen that can be got. So I'm getting it until I know that I've gotten everything. So I'm still in that. That's really honestly about it. I've been watching a bunch of movies.
Anything good?
No, honestly, not really. A lot of reality bullshit. I did buy something though.
What'd you buy?
I bought something.
Oh man.
And it's amazing.
It's
pretty fucking great.
Did you finally get it?
Yes.
Nice.
What are you talking about?
MacBook?
No.
Oh, you didn't get the MacBook?
No.
What'd you get?
I got the OLED.
I knew it was one of two ways. One of two ways.
I couldn't. I went to work and I saw that TV just sitting there, and it's literally as thin as a credit card. It's the weirdest thing. But just movies on that thing, games on that thing. To hook my Xbox One X up to it it's phenomenal. It's amazing.
Oh, I'll have to come check that out because I got to see if how much was that
after taxes and after discount, it came plus the 5-year protection on it. It came out to about $21.66.
All right, so I need to go see what a $2,100 TV does.
It's pretty great.
Yeah,
it's fucking. And what's super annoying about it though was, so I call this past Christmas my Apple Christmas because my wife got me my Apple Watch, my Apple phone, and my Apple TV. And I go and I get this TV in the house and I get it all set up and I get the whole thing, doing what everything is doing. And the bitch already has Apple TV in it. So there's no reason for me to have this $200 Apple TV box that's sitting there now.
Can't you just put it upstairs?
I mean, I could, but the wife doesn't like it. She doesn't use it. I was the one that wanted it. She hates the thing.
Really?
Yeah, she's not like us. So
okay.
No, so I mean I sold it back to a friend or whatever, and I'm just gonna use that to buy a new PC case. But yes, I did that. So as you can see, taxes came in. It's pretty great. It's a nice little gift to ourselves. Wife and I's 10-year anniversary is coming up, and our 5-year wedding anniversary. So we are actually going to the Bahamas.
Do it.
Yes.
Hell yeah. So you just flying out there? Are you gonna take a cruise or?
No, we're gonna take a cruise. So the port's literally 10 minutes from the house, so that makes it super simple and easy.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we're gonna leave in August, and we'll go and do all that. And something else. So I don't know how you feel about this. I don't think we've ever had this conversation. Lots been going on for me. It's pretty great.
Sounds like it.
So I don't know how you feel about this because I really don't ever think we've had this conversation before. But I'm very broad with my music.
Mm-hmm.
So the amazing wife of mine bought me tickets to a concert. I don't really go to concerts because it's not really my thing.
Right.
It's whatever. But she got me these tickets. You know who I'm going to see?
I don't even want to try to guess because there's so many options for you.
Elton John.
Wow.
She got me Elton John tickets.
Wow. So he's coming here?
He's coming to Columbia.
Oh, okay.
It's his farewell Yellow Brick Road tour. I mean, the man's like almost 80 years old. Like, I got to get in there now.
Yes, if you don't, man, you might not see him again. That's awesome, though.
So no, I love Elton John. I loved the movie Rocket Man. I thought it was a really, really good movie. I've just always been a fan of Elton John. I got that, and I maybe, don't quote me on this one, might be going to see Cher as well.
Wow.
Yeah, super excited.
You weren't kidding when you were talking about you had a broad
range.
It's
very broad, you know.
Very eclectic.
Just Ozzy Osbourne biting head off a bat to Elton John, you know, his balls on a piano.
So is it just old people that you listen to, or is it...
So, again, I don't really do concerts. Like, I have a list of concerts that I want to see, and then after that list is over, like, I'm cool. I'm done. I don't ever have to see another concert again. I saw MGK. I saw Matt Miller before he passed away. I'm about to go see Elton John. I'm about to go see Cher. And then the only person left on my list is Eminem, but his ass doesn't go on tour.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
His ass hadn't went on tour in 20 years, so...
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
No, he does. You're right. He doesn't have to.
He's just like, no, I'm good.
So that's pretty cool. So tour, our cruise is coming up for our wedding anniversary. I got me my amazing TV that I love playing my game on. Like, the game on it was, the graphics on it were so real that I started to actually get a headache and get nauseous because my eyes weren't used to having to follow that type of LED panel than what we're normally used to.
Right, because that TV is too advanced for like human eyes. That's
right.
I told you this. I tried to tell you this.
So, but that movie, we watched Dr. Sleep on it. We watched, like I said, we watched Crawl on it, and it's just, it's too surreal. And
I wouldn't suggest watching anything like after you've had a couple beers.
Oh my God, I'd get motion sickness like a bitch. The only movie that I haven't watched on it yet, that I promised myself I would not watch this movie until we got a nice TV, was Ready Player One.
Oh, that would
because that movie was meant for TVs like that, and to watch it in anything less than that it'd be rude. It's just the only way I can think of it. Yeah. But yeah,
I love that movie. That movie is so good. So what? I think probably some of the Avengers movies would be really good on that one. Like,
which one?
Like Endgame or
most definitely. Because Netflix has this category for Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure theirs are in Dolby Vision, so it's amazing. But still, my favorite surreal thing about it is it's literally as thin as a credit card.
That's awesome. So we're going to do a watch of Rise of Skywalker at your house when it comes out.
That's perfectly fine. You are more than welcome to.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
And then the last thing is...
That way I don't have to buy it.
I got tickets to go see WWE Raw. They are doing a live show that's actually going to be on TV for 4/20.
Oh, blaze up.
Right.
Where's it going to be at?
Columbia.
Oh, so...
Yeah. So the only show that I'm going to see that's going to be here in Charleston is going to be Cher. She'll be at the North Charleston Coliseum, but everybody else is gonna be at the Colonial Life Arena, which is understandable because it's bigger.
So you're just going to like show after show after show.
Well, that, and I got the Rugged Maniac coming up, so it's pretty busy. You're
gonna have a very stacked 2020.
I think 2020, and I'm not trying to be cheesy here, but I think 2020 is going to be a fantastic year because my whole entire life, all I've ever wanted was a nice TV. I got a nice TV. I got a nice car. I'm going to all these different shows this year. I'm getting a new gen console this year. I'm probably getting both of them.
Are you gonna get both of them?
Probably. Well,
yeah. You're the kind.
So, and then I'm going on.
Guy.
And then I'm going on a cruise to the Bahamas. Like 2020 is gonna be fucking lit.
Let's have a moment.
We do need to have a moment. Do you know why? Because last week, if we were to recorded that would have been the date that The Last of Us 2 was supposed to drop.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you knew that.
No, I knew it was in like the end of February, but I didn't know it was going to be on.
It was going to be that day that we were supposed to record.
Wow.
Or technically, it would have been the Tuesday prior to when we would have been recording. So.
Oh, okay. So
because all games drop on a Tuesday.
Right. So we could have had. I would have probably beaten it already, and then we could have talked about it.
Oh yeah, I had to go in and like take my days, like cancel my days off because I was going to take 2 days off to do that. And then Michelle's going to Houston around that exact same time. So I'm actually taking that whole week off, which is phenomenal because the same week that she goes to Houston is the same week the game's supposed to come out. So I'm not going to have any interruptions.
Oh, there you go.
Great.
She's taking the kid?
No, he'll be at school.
Oh,
no,
okay. So you'll have from like 8 to 3 or whatever.
Yeah, 8 to 3, yeah.
That's a solid playing schedule right there.
Right?
Yeah.
And then get home, do his homework, clean the house, cook dinner, put him back to bed at 8 o'clock, and right back at it.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, 2020 is going to be, in your words, God, lit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, because I've got my my Disney trip in May. And that dude, I'm so fucking stoked for that. Like, I've already got the tickets bought, the Airbnb booked. I've got reservations for lightsabers, droids, and for the cantina. And that, like, everything's all laid out.
I can't wait to see your lightsaber and your droid.
I've been going through YouTube and like watching people make them and stuff, and trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. So like, I haven't pretty much figured out what I want to do, which I know kind of takes away from the essence of it, but like, you don't get a lot of time in these places.
No, it's maybe 30 minutes, right?
Well, for
the lightsaber,
the lightsaber experience itself is like 15 minutes.
Oh, it's 15. All right.
Yeah, and like I'd say probably 5 minutes of its presentation. You might have like 10 minutes to build. So like, I want to go in there with like a great idea of what I want, and then that way, if there is a slight variation, it won't be a big deal. But the droid, I don't think there's that much of a time limit, because like, you go in, like, you pick your shit out, and then like, they just kind of rotate people into the stalls to do it. But I still want to make sure I have figured out what I want to do when I get in there. And plus, you have to price all this shit out, because if you don't, Disney like will break you. So I've got all the food and drinks.
We're not part of that 1% where we can just go in and not worry about it.
Yeah, no kidding. And we don't have a YouTube channel that's dedicated to that kind of content either.
Right.
So, but like I said, I wrote down like drinks and food and all that stuff, just so I can have an idea. It's not going to be as expensive as I thought it was going to be. It's it's still gonna be hella expensive. So I'm taking pretty good.
Like, just for Disney alone, do you have a ballpark? Like, not gas, food.
Like, just the tickets to get in the park?
Just like Disney lightsaber droid experience, not travel accommodations, but just Disney alone. What do you think? Like $2,000?
Well, it depends on what you want. Like, that's the thing, though. Like, there's so much impulsive purchasing there. Like, all right. So if you count the tickets, so we bought the 4-day ticket with 1 park per day, but we can go to the same park multiple times if we want. So that one was $500 roughly.
Okay.
I'm just gonna round up.
Okay.
All right. So $500 for the tickets. This lightsaber experience is $200, but that gives you the show. You get a pin. You get a bag, like a carrying case for the lightsaber. You get the blade, the actual hilt itself. All right, so yeah, so it's 500 tickets, 200 for the saber, $100 for the droid, and then that's not including like accessory packs if you want to get those, which I probably will, and they're between like $8 and $15 a pop. And then kyber crystals are $13, I think, a piece, and there's 6 of them total. And then, but it'd be 5 if like not counting the one that you put in your lightsaber. I can't not talk today. So what is that, 800 already? Say about $850, $900. Yeah, I would go down there with like a solid, about $1,500, $2,000.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Anything else? I mean, I know I got a big year. You got anything else planned this year?
I don't know. I probably do. somebody's told me something's going on, and I've 100% forgotten. But that's what it is.
All right. Well, Borderlands movie is apparently being directed by Eli Roth. Phil Spencer confirms the Xbox Series graphics specs, and the DualShock 5 will modify users' experience based on biofeedback, which is going to be fantastic when you're playing a horror game. But before any of that, if you listen to past episodes, you will be able to recall how much Jeff despised Death Stranding and how much he wasn't going to buy the game. Because I'm pretty sure we have on audio that you weren't going to buy this fucking game.
I'm sure there's a few episodes.
But you bought the game and you played the game.
Yeah. I bought it. I got suckered in.
Not by me.
No,
I just thought that I did not sucker you into it.
No, this was not you. This was all me.
I think this was what PlayStation store, wasn't it? They had it on sale.
Yeah, it was on sale, so it was like $35. And I'm
okay.
Like, all right, that makes sense, I guess. Like, it's not a full price, so might as well. All right, so are we wanting to know my overall thoughts?
Yeah, what's your overall thoughts on it? Like, was it as bad as what you thought and what you bitched about the whole entire time?
Close.
But not all the way. Okay, so there's
way.
still a little window there that kind of surprised you is what you're saying.
So the cool things about that game are it's like the little things that like I'm a real big fan of, like things
the small details,
the very small details, and the things that make sense in a video game. And I guess Kojima's always kind of done that, but in this one, like, I thought it was really cool. Like, when it starts raining, like, the hood on your jacket flips up. Like, you know, the things attached to your backpack in a normal way, as opposed to, like, just going into, like, an invisible inventory or whatever.
Like, they're literally there.
Like, the picking up's a little unrealistic, but he's just like...
Oh, yeah, throwing it on your back, yeah.
It's like, he's not that strong. But, I mean, other than that, yeah, it's like you're just walking everywhere.
You got the bike sometimes.
Sometimes.
I try to use the bike as much as possible, I'm not going to lie.
I do too. And luckily, like, once I got past a certain point in the game, there was a bunch of roads. I was like, oh, this is the most beautiful thing ever.
Was it the second area that you had to travel to?
Oh, no, this was hours into the game. This was after. Remember, I told you I was like stuck in Iowa.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, for some reason, like there was a bunch more.
Yeah, because there's literally this one area where you can literally drive the road from base to base, and you don't have to worry about anything else.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool. So what about the story?
It's so weird.
Kojima's weird.
God, no wonder he said we wouldn't understand it, because we fucking won't. Like, it's not because we're dumb. It's because this shit doesn't make any sense. Like, all of a sudden, like, there was normal civilization, and then, like, the same guy worked for FedEx or whatever, and then this rain happened, and then it made things age, and then now there's, like, this invisible boogeyman that turns into this giant squid with, like, black water that attacks you, and, like, only this baby that is...
Thank you, Troy Baker.
Hey. Oh yeah, he's the main bad guy. I forgot. And like only the baby can sense it, and it's just, man. And then his mom, like, he didn't know her.
His mom's like young and hot, but yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, and then but then there was a point where she wasn't, like, she was old and not hot when she died, and then like there's one level where you're literally carrying, like, because you don't have a vehicle yet, you have to carry her dead body to the incinerator. I was like, this is the most morbid shit, dude. And then spoiler alert, I guess. Fuck it, it's been out for a couple of months. It's your own fault. But there's a point in the game where, and this is where I stopped it. Like, you just all of a sudden teleport to like World War II or I, and you're in the trenches and you're shooting shit. Like, sorry, dude.
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. Okay.
Yeah, and it's. Are you okay with the spoiler?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So
because you haven't beat it yet, correct?
Right.
Okay.
So like, you know how whenever you're going in and out of your private room, there's always a cutscene with Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
Well, he finally,
usually him talking to the baby, but yeah.
Yeah. So he finally comes into fruition. So like,
right.
he was apparently like a soldier back in the day. and he's like another bad guy that you have to.
Oh shit, he's a bad guy. So I did not see that coming.
I think.
Okay.
I don't know. He might not be.
So
but he was very bad at that part.
Would you do a full review on
it? After I beat it, or
yeah.
Man, yeah,
a story review.
Yeah, we can. But see the thing, okay, like I skip a lot of the cutscenes because it's like, dude, I've already been watching this cutscene for like 15 minutes.
Bro, there's this cutscene in there that's an hour and a half long. You might have already skipped it. I don't know.
Probably. Like, dude, like, if a cutscene is longer than like 10 or 15 minutes, like, dude, I'm holding X or whatever the skip button is.
I'm holding circle down.
It's
all right. Well, we'll see if we can get that. We got what is it? Jordan Peele released. Was it Jordan Peele?
Mm-hmm.
Released the new trailer for Candyman. I've never seen any of his movies.
Oh, I saw Get Out. I haven't seen Us yet.
So his movies freak me the fuck out. His
good.
Movies freak me the fuck out so much that I see the trailer and I can't watch the movie itself.
They're good.
So good. Neither one of us have seen the trailer yet. So I think we're gonna go ahead and put the trailer on and kind of react to it. Again, I've never seen the first one. So I honestly don't know what any of this crap is about.
All right, well, let's...
All right, while he goes ahead and gets that, I'm going to go ahead and make sure the camera and all is good to go.
Candy. Oh, dude, I'm like not in frame at all. Whatever.
Alrighty. Let's see what we got going here. Oh, did you like how I was able to get like the frame like right here in the middle? That was dope, right?
Yeah, sorry.
So I think what I'm gonna do next time actually is I'm gonna put us tiny in the corner and have the rest of it.
And just have like fill out the screen. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do that.
I'm gonna do that.
Do that.
All right.
I like that.
Starting it now. A lot of urban legends start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Beetlejuice.
Red. It's like the red rum thing.
Yeah. Of course, it's a bunch of weirdos that skip detention that's doing this.
Well, we're still alive.
What if this is how the new Power Rangers movie starts out?
Ha! That's funny. Wait, why?
Trina, you broke the door.
She broke it. You better go in there and give her a swirly, man.
What was that movie with Macaulay Culkin where he got My Girl, where he got stung to death by bees?
Mm-hmm. Bro, you know what movie made me stop watching Macaulay Culkin movies? The Boy.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Or maybe that's not what it was called, but it was the one where he was like 10 years old and he got a stepbrother, so he started like trying to kill the stepbrother.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. But I was going to say, he's 10 years old in every movie.
These are a bunch of grown-ass adults. See, she's smart. I'm gonna hang out with her.
Well, she don't want him to say it because she believes it. Oh, shit.
Now, in the original...
Beyonce is the Candyman.
Bruh. Curtis Jackson, I could see that. So do we get an actual visual of Candyman? Oh, that's yes, it is.
Oh, God. It looks okay.
Now, see, now I just want to know why is his name Candyman?
Man, you need to watch like the originals. Let me see if that's on. You get them on Netflix or something. Because 3 is actually really good because
there's 3 of these movies.
Yeah, but like I said, the third one kind of gives you like the origin story.
Now I'm pretty sure this is all based off of a book, right?
Everything's based off.
Okay, so it's not a Stephen King book, is it?
No. Forgive me, guys. I am not 100% today, so just bear with us.
He went to Hooters last night.
It wasn't this. It was, yeah, I had more beer than I should have, and like I've been on this new diet, so like my calorie count isn't really that high anymore. So like whenever I drink beer, it just straight to the head, man. So I am sorry, but if anything,
for me, it's usually straight to the bladder.
That too, that too. But if anything, you get a longer podcast unless Michael edits all of this out.
No, no, it's pretty great. Video editing, I've come to learn, is not really so much taking stuff out; it's putting stuff in. Audio,
that's what she said.
Audio is more where it's taking things out. But
the first Candyman is on Netflix.
The original.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, I would suggest it. Like I said, the third one is really good. That's the one I distinctly remember the most when I was a kid.
How long is it? Did it say?
Like an hour and 39 minutes.
Hour 30? Okay.
So probably an hour and a half.
I might
probably talking credit.
Might edit some of this tonight and sit down and watch it on my new TV.
Okay.
I'll do that. Black levels, man. I'm telling you.
But see, my thing is with horror movies, like I'm not the biggest fan. And it's not because it scares me or like whatever. It's because sometimes they're just bad.
Okay.
Right. But then sometimes they're really, really good, and they fuck with me because I have dreams about it. It's not because like I'm scared. This is like I literally have nightmares about this shit, and then I wake up. I'm like, God damn it. And then I'm up for an hour or whatever, and then I can go back to sleep. But like it's like I said, it's. I don't know why it happens, but
I've always been able to tell myself, okay, hey, this shit's not real. And then I can go to bed and live happily ever after. Except for the Paranormal Activity movies. Those are the only movies I've been able to like not be able to convince myself. I'm like, fuck.
It's like you watch that movie and then you literally have to turn right around and then watch like My Little Pony or something just to like
Disney,
Yeah, just to bring you back down because like but yeah, it's not my favorite genre of movie, but sometimes some of them are very, very good. There's still movies I can't watch, like Exorcism of Emily Rose. I can't finish.
Like is that the original?
Well, I think there was only one, or there might be a remake.
There's so many Exorcist movies, but yeah.
But yeah, but this one was like, it's not even far into the movie. It's the part where like there's a mug on a desk and it's got pencils in it, and that starts shrouding. I'm like, fuck this. Like I can't.
Yeah, see, Paranormal Activity movies, I still remember the one time I literally almost shit myself was they walked into the kitchen, and I didn't even notice that there was anything wrong. I thought they were just looking into the kitchen. But they're looking into the kitchen, and then, after a good amount of time goes by, everything from pots, pans, chairs, tables, utensils fall from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, none of that shit was sitting there. I didn't even think about it. But
what's crazy about those movies too, there's like 5 of them, I think.
There's like 5 or 6 of them, but it's super cool because it's all in that video camera recording format.
But they're all tied together too. So
they are all tied together.
What is it? I think the girl and the husband, the girl in the first Paranormal Activity is like the sister of the girl in the third one or second one, something like that. So
the
like
only one, there was one of them that was like Mexican based that wasn't really tied into it too much.
Was that the one where they go into the room and there's like a bunch of old ladies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was more about the cult behind it instead of connecting the people together.
Yeah, but that was still like the handycam, right? Handycam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, stop. Just don't tie them together. Like, and they're bringing fucking Saw back. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that they're redoing those. That's so. All right, so here's my question on that, and I promise we'll get to the gaming news. Are we getting old to where those movies have been out for so long now that now it's come time to remake them, or have they really just run out of ideas and they're remaking them?
A little column A, a little column B. But so the first Saw movie came out in 2004.
So 16 years
ago. It's
not
time.
No. 2030. then remake it.
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, but okay, so I would be okay with them rebooting it, if it was the only one, right? Okay. But they've made one almost every year since then.
It's kind of like Call of Duty.
Yeah, is Activision the publishing house for this movie or what? Like Activision's like, oh, okay. I don't even know the name of the company that makes these movies, but there's like
Toy Box or some shit like that.
Wicked Pictures? No, that's a porn company.
Number 4, the Borderlands movie is apparently being directed by gore lover Eli Roth by Chris Peaceman at PC Gamer. Looks like Gearbox's CEO Randy Pitchford has let loose some info on the Borderlands movie a little too early last night. Pitchford revealed that Eli Roth is the film director in a tweet that was quickly deleted. Fortunately, Kotaku was able to get an image of the tweet before it was pulled. The tweet goes as follows: "So excited to be part of the family. Thank you, Arad Productions, for everyone welcoming me in. See you in Pandora." Eli Roth directed Cabin Fever and the Hostel films, and he likes movies about hurting people in horrendous ways. Sometimes he hangs out with Quentin Tarantino. His involvement suggests that the Borderlands movie will be a bit on the gory side, though possibly tempered by the series' cartoon violence. The movie was announced all the way back in 2015, but details were few and far in between, with the extended radio silence suggesting that it had been shelved. Borderlands 3 creative director Paul Sage promised that it wasn't the case, however, saying that Gearbox was still very much up for the movie. He also had some interesting thoughts on casting, namely The Rock should play Claptrap. So the movie had me up until that point.
Like, I'm pretty sure he's just talking about the voice of Claptrap.
Right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Not actually The Rock.
but see, that's what's funny though, is because like Claptrap's like a very like nasally voice.
Right.
Like,
not a very like a David Spade type thing.
Yeah. Like. It's like, can you just imagine like some of The Rock's like signature sayings coming from Claptrap?
Can you smell
what the clap is cooking?
So I think that
oh, shit.
Wow.
Oh, it was Twisted.
I'm not gonna be able to play that game again. What?
It was Twisted Pictures, by the way, so I wasn't far
Twisted
off.
Pictures. Where the fuck did I get?
They're the ones
box from?
I don't. They're the ones that made the song.
Twisted Pictures. All right, cool.
Sorry. I did see this really cool article about that though. So Eli Roth was talking about how he wants to cast, like people like cosplayers, that they do like Psycho, and did like Handsome Jack and like people that are really good at cosplaying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He wants to hire them as like background extras and then kill them off.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I was
like
that.
That's pretty awesome. Like, I would be just as good as like back in the day, like getting killed on The Walking Dead or whatever, or something like that. Like, super cool.
Actually like. It's been a long time for me to have faith in a video game movie, but I have faith in this one because one, it's Eli Roth. I've enjoyed all the movies that he's done. I think he's done a really good job on his movies. I think Hostel 2 or 3 might have sucked, but I really enjoyed Hostel 1.
The first Hostel was disgusting.
Right, exactly. So if it's anything like that, but with cartoons in it, like is it going to be the same format as the game? Like, is there going to be a lot more live action, or is it going to have those little split scenes where like it cuts in with like a cartoon picture? Right. If you get what I'm saying. So I don't know. I think it'll be good. I think if Eli Roth can do it right, I think it'll be good.
But so do you think he's going to do like one of the original characters that you play as, or like somebody from the movie, like Handsome Jack's backstory or something?
I think probably something Handsome Jack's backstory. Yeah.
You gotta have somebody pretty popular.
But if you can have somebody that's like super funny like that, but yet also have the movie super gory like that, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ryan Reynolds' new.
Oh, where he's like the NPC.
No, not that one. The one 6 Underground.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, he's super funny, but yet they're in the car chase, and the next thing you know, there's a rod going through this dude's chest.
Oh, dude, it was a forklift.
Oh, the forklift, thank you.
Dude, that was Dave Franco.
Yeah, Dave Franco. Yeah.
I was like, holy, yeah, I was like, oh, shit. Because, like, I saw the original cast lineup, And I was like, I didn't remember seeing him in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh shit, he's about to fucking die. I just knew it.
But I remember him going in the movie. This is the greatest day of my life. I just want you to know this.
Yeah, dude, that movie's actually pretty decent.
But something along those lines, I think, you know, super funny, but yet super gory at the same time. I think it'll be pretty great.
Yeah.
You?
I mean, it could be. I'm like you. I'm very skeptical about most video game movies.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Just because like they've in history, other than like the Sonic movie. They've all kind of tight.
Have you seen this Sonic movie?
I haven't,
no,
but
okay.
it made almost. I think it's almost at like 200 million that it's made so far.
See what happens when you listen to people and you go back in and you change shit.
Mm-hmm.
You make more money.
Yeah, exactly. Any game developer just needs to watch, like
follow Sonic.
Yeah, follow whoever was in charge of that. But yeah, it could be good. I keep thinking about like the whole claptrap with the rocks. Or the rock sayings of the claptraps.
I'm thinking of the whole forklift shit now. Number 5, Microsoft Flight Simulator has all the airports on Earth.
Good.
Sky's the limit. News by Wesley Yin Poole, deputy editor. Microsoft Flight Simulator has all the airports in the world. Its developers have said 37,000 airports were manually edited by developers. In a video below, Sven Mestis, Mestis lead game. I'm gonna take your word for it.
I can just tell you whatever.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
It's Steve, but you have to pronounce it Sven.
Lead game designer at French studios, Sabot, reveals the astonishing work done by its airport team, which expands on the 24,000 simulated airports in 2006's FSX to the hugely ambitious target set for this year's game. Expect to see the airports of all types, from small countryside airstrips to the iconic international airports, from airports nestled in small islands to airports adjacent cities. Airports shown in the video include Sambavle Airfield in Bulgaria, John F. Kennedy International Airport, and Aspen Pitkin County Airport. These developers use 3-step process and specially created a tool to edit thousands of airports in the game. First up, developers trace logical elements straight onto the Bing aerial view map. Yes, Bing, that is Microsoft after all. Then they drew the airport perimeter, followed by the runway, defining taxiways and placing parking spots according to real-world data. Secondly, developers define surfaces, and finally, post-processing is automatically applied via an algorithm. Airports in the game are incredibly detailed. They even have an animated wind socks that change direction according to virtual wind. They gave more attention to 80 of the most played airports, including Gatwick, naming taxiways and signs according to official data. Microsoft's Flight Simulator continues to look incredible. Earlier this month, reported on impressive gameplay footage that leaked. The outgoing non-disclosure agreement protected Microsoft Flight of the hotly anticipated game in equality positive light.
Oh, heaven forbid somebody leak a Flight Simulator.
Fuck. Some guys out there that take that shit real seriously.
Oh man, there's the story spoiler.
Have you seen any of those videos where like a bunch of guys will be in their game playing that game, but then there's this one guy that goes in there and like starts like speaking for real, and he's getting pissed. Yeah.
Was his Stone Mountain 64?
Yeah, him.
Like, I don't understand what how can this be fun?
I guess it's kind of like me in wrestling games. I know I'm never going to be a wrestler that's going to walk down WrestleMania, but you know I'll control a character that does.
Attitude, sir.
You know what? Okay. But you know, there's guys that aren't ever going to fly, you know, Boeing 737s with you know 2,200 people on it. You know,
I mean, I just don't understand why this is so hype, because like. How many?
I don't think it's hyped on the gameplay. I think it's hyped on the principle of what they actually accomplished.
Right, and I guess like having that many airports and
the fact they took that time to do 37,000 airports in one game, like that's pretty cool. Like kudos to you. I hope you got paid well.
Yeah. Now here's the big question. Now, if I'm flying if I want to take a flight from Charleston to Houston, do I have a layover in Orlando that I have to go to? Like,
I mean, it's a simulator, so I mean, flights might get crossed. You might have that happen.
Man, I hope there's a UFO skin. Are you gonna get this game?
I will play it if it is on Game Pass. If it is on Game Pass, I will see what all the hype is about, and I will fuck some shit up because I don't know how to fly.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm just trying to like,
because I mean they have Goat Simulator and Tractor Simulator and all that other shit on Game Pass.
Ghost Simulator is fun though.
I never played it.
It's actually pretty fun.
Number 6, Phil Spencer confirms Xbox Series X graphic specs are more than 8 times stronger than the Xbox One and twice that of the Xbox One X by Austin Wood at Games Radar. So I'm gonna this is a really long article, so I'm gonna kind of like stop in between and continue kind of talk as we go. Xbox Phil Spencer has revealed that several Xbox Series X graphic specs in a surprise blog posted released today. According to Spencer, Microsoft's next-gen console will deliver 12 teraflops of graphic processing power, or twice that of an Xbox One X, and more than 8 times the original Xbox One. This lines up with rumors from December 2019, which suggested that the Xbox Series X specs would be more than double Xbox One X in many years. Teraflops, if you've forgotten, are used to measure the power of GPU. Teraflops, I'm going to call them teraflops forever, are calculated using a processor's clock speed and core count. While more teraflops doesn't always lead to better real-world performance, with 2 to 8 times that of the Xbox One, it's safe to say that Xbox Series X will be substantial setup. Graphics aside, Spencer said that the console's main processor, that is the CPU, is roughly 4 times stronger than the chips powering the standard Xbox One Series X, delivers a true generational leap in processing graphics power with cutting-edge techniques resulting in higher frame rates, larger, more sophisticated game worlds, and more of an immersive experience unlike anything seen in the console gaming. Do you believe that? Do you think that technology, like, thoughts aside on, your opinion on, like, Xbox and all the specs and things like that, but do you believe that technology has advanced enough in the past, what's it been, 7, 8 years since the PS4 and Xbox One?
No.
2013.
Oh, fuck.
So 7 years. 7 years. Technology has advanced enough to make a real world difference.
Yeah. I mean, dude, if you take a look at any sort of technology that was out in 2007 and you compare it to now, like there's nothing is the same. Mm-hmm. It's not even slightly similar. Like look at the iPhone, right?
Right.
Like it went from a little itty bitty, I don't know, probably about that big.
What, the original iPhone?
Yeah, the original iPhone, to this shit with like
hair.
With battery, dude, my battery lasts like 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Mine too, if I remember to charge it.
No, I'm smart ass. No, what I'm saying, like,
I'm saying mine's like I'll always leave mine on charger for like maybe 20-30 minutes. I don't ever fully charge it, and that's because I just don't ever think about it.
Right. So I mean, it's definitely possible on Xbox side to be that advanced. Now, is it advanced enough for them to be like, oh, PlayStation's not a contender? No, probably not.
At this moment, technically, if we want to get technical,
please.
At this moment, PlayStation's not a contender because they haven't said anything.
Yeah, I was just thinking about how, like, you remember when Edge came back to Raw?
Yes, it was the greatest thing in the Royal Rumble ever.
Yeah, that's what PlayStation's going to do. It's just going to show up and blow everyone's pants off.
Yeah, before you use that analogy, you might have wanted to think about what happened the very next day.
Oh, I don't follow. I was thinking about that moment
he came back out of retirement of the Royal Rumble. Like the fucking roof blew off.
Yeah.
He came back to Raw the next night to be like, yeah, wrestling WWE's my home. It's the greatest thing in the world. I love you guys. Yeah, Randy Orton came out and smashed his head with it in a chair, and we haven't seen him since. So then that kind of makes Xbox look like Randy Orton.
Wrestling's fake. Wrestling's not real. Michael's silly.
Yep. Right, so graphics aside, let's go back over this. Spencer says the console's main processor, that is, the CPU, is roughly 4 times stronger than the chip powering the standard Xbox One Series X, delivers a true generational leap in processing graphics power with cutting-edge techniques, resulting in higher frame rates. Much of Spencer's blog reiterates features and figures we've heard before. NVMe's and SSD storage full Xbox backwards compatibility. Love that. I love SSD storage. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to get what... Damn. I haven't played the game with him in so long. I don't remember what his fucking name is.
Oh, you talking about Dolan?
Dolan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's the only person I know with an SSD.
Yeah, that's what I figured, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's always loading into Destiny before everybody else.
Yeah.
Full Xbox backwards compatibility. That's great. Hope we get that on the PlayStation. I mean, I don't really...
Well, they were already talking about how that you could play all the way back to PlayStation 1 games.
But is it going to be like digital in-store? Like, is it going to be like physical copies of a CD itself?
I don't know. They'll probably just run the whatever...
so if this is the case...
PlayStation Now has.
What... Is there a certain game that you would go back and play now that you're going to have this full backwards compatibility?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
So is the backwards compatibility just not a big thing for you?
Not really. I mean, I don't know, because they remaster that shit all the time anyway. So, I mean, and really, all the games that I would have wanted to go back and play, maybe Splinter Cell if it's still available.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I do like that. That would be. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
120 frames per second support and so on. I love that because there's so many games now that are locked in at 60 frames per second, and it's super annoying. When I played Star Wars Fallen Order, it was locked in at 60 frames per second.
Which is still twice as good as usually what it is. Because you're playing Fallen Order on PC, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like most PlayStation games are locked at 30.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so annoying.
And see, that is one thing I do see definitely changing with the PS5. However, a few new and previously unexpected features were also highlighted, like Microsoft's proprietary variable rate shading. Spencer says this enables developers to better prioritize specific elements like character or objects, resulting in more stable frame rates and higher resolutions with no impact on final image quality. Spencer also gave us our most detailed description yet of the system's multi-game instant resume support. Did you hear about this?
Mm-mm.
So if your power goes out and your system shuts off, or... you know, you have a kid who thinks it's funny to run up and pull the power cord out of the wall. Just saying. You know, there's that. Or, you know, whatever may happen, you accidentally hit the wrong button and you shut the power off or whatever. Your game will actually, when you turn the system back on, it's going to pick up right exactly the point as if it never shut off.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So that's that was another big feature that was released by Phil Spencer this past week. Multi-game instant resume, powered by the console's upgraded SSD. This allows players to continue multiple games from a suspended state almost instantly, returning to where you were and what you were doing without waiting through any long loading screens. Great news for people who have torn their hair out hopping in between games. Spencer previously said that he hopes to see the Xbox Series X game prioritize frame rate over resolutions, with the recent announcement from Microsoft that your Xbox games can be upgraded to the Series X version for free. I thought that was pretty freaking great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All of your games will be upgraded to the Series X for free. Sony is going to, I mean, if Sony's going to, they're going to have to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's so tight-lipped still. Like, I mean, we have no idea, but they're gonna definitely have to do something, you know, similar to that, because that could be the one thing that puts Xbox over PlayStation.
We got a new logo and BioShock controllers, or biofeedback. Excuse me.
I was about to say what?
Yeah, sorry.
You got theme controllers again? Awesome.
Speaking of BioShock, did you see the new games for this month?
Oh, no, I haven't even paid attention. Dude, I'm telling you, I've been like out of it.
So, number 7, DualShock 5, as we were just talking, will modify users' experience based on biofeedback. I'll go ahead and read this out from Jake Bishop at Respawn first while he takes a look at the new games for the month. DualShock 5 Sony Interactive Entertainment Generation console for PS5 will seemingly be using biofeedback to modify user experience according to new Sony patent. The controller will feature sensors that gather biofeedback from the user's hands during normal use. The sensor on or both sides of the DualShock 5 grips are going to track electrodermal activity, which is basically sweat and heart rate. The biofeedback will then be used by the PlayStation 5 to make adjustments to the user's gaming experience. How exactly will this happen and what changes can we expect are unknown. The patent doesn't specify the changes the system is capable of making to your experience. However, the patent does mention using images captured of the user, which indicates that part of it may depend on the PlayStation camera as well. The biofeedback is used to select between one or more options presented in a piece of content without the user having to provide further input. The goal of the patent, as described by the document, is to provide an immersive and highly interactive experience for players. The patent indicates that the feature is designed to work with virtual reality, which means Sony plans to take the VR experience to a whole new level. Herein desire is a computer gaming to provide immersive and highly interactive experience for players so as to enhance the enjoyment of the player. This has become the particular interest with the increasing availability of head-mounting displays. The biofeedback will help the system understand a user's emotional response during gameplay. When the users are experienced and emotional responses, their sweat glands may be stimulated and thus change in the electrodermal activity can be measured. The patent seems to be very interesting and can help developers create a better, more immersive gameplay experience. However, this also raises concern about your biofeedback data being shared or possibly sold to third parties. What's the...
It's cool. It's a little invasive, but I mean, I'm into it. Just anything to help advance like the gameplay perspective of something.
I like more and more how games and game consoles like interact with you more. And I'm not really, and I'm not speaking from a VR experience. I just mean in general, whether it's the camera or the controller or the VR headset, but any way that the game can interact with you more. Like, I forgot what this one horror game was that I played on the PSVR. And even Until Dawn did it, but it gave you a psychology test at the beginning of the game to talk about what scared you and what frightened you. And then it actually put that in the game to fuck with you.
Oh, hell no.
Like, I love things like that. Like, I'm probably not going to play but the first 5 minutes of it, but the fact that it does that for you and it gets that immersive with you and dedicates itself and its algorithm and its coding to do that, I think that it's super cool.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So like if I'm playing this game and the controller is reading that, darker hallways or maybe a spider on the wall, not me because I'm not a little bitch that's afraid of spiders.
100%. I am.
That's actually a stab at my brother. But the game is noticing that my sweat glands and stuff are doing whatever my sweat glands are doing when I'm getting scared of dark hallways or spiders,
right?
And then like it puts that there more to fuck with me. Like, I think it's super fucking cool.
What about when you're playing PvP on something? Like you're playing Destiny's PvP and you're sweating all over that bitch.
But I don't really. There's nothing really to read when it's PvP though. What could the game do for you during PvP? I mean, the other person on the other end's a person, not a computer though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, so it's
if I come into a room that you're standing in and like you're to shoot me and I'm supposed to shoot you, but the computer cuts the lights off,
right?
Like,
I mean, is it only going to focus like on like single player games?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's the other end of the game. It's the computer immersing itself with you. The other person on the other end would be a person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing I can think of. I don't know. I think that would be pretty cool.
It's very,
it makes me ever so more excited for the PS5.
Yeah.
If we could just get one.
I just want to look at it.
Just one little piece of information.
Come on, PlayStation. pop a titty. Come on, let me see it.
Number 8, Kojima Productions teasing an announcement next week, with some people think that it's Silent Hill by Chandler Wood over at PlayStation Lifestyles. Kojima Productions tweeted out a picture of the head communications suggesting that the studio has some kind of announcement next week. Subtle and not so subtle. Clues within the picture have some fans hoping for Silent Hill related announcement. However, unlikely that prospect may be. The tweet goes as follows. Sorry to be silent, everyone. I've been really, really busy lately. I think that I can say more about what we are going to do soon. The tweet message trails off without any additional context through the attached image, has fans combining over every single detail. Did you play any of the Silent Hill games?
No. I had to think for a second. I did not. It's whatever. I mean, it's Kojima. He's making a game.
You say that now, but you see what happened last time you said that.
Yeah, but I don't play horror games like that. Like, just don't.
I want to. I'll buy the games, and I'll be like so excited to play them, and then I'll go home and I'll play like 5 minutes of it, and it scares the shit out of me. Boston mayor urges Sony to reconsider PAX East absent over the coronavirus as it plays into harmful stereotypes. It's been less than a week since PlayStation announced that it won't be attending PAX East in Boston due to increasing concerns over the coronavirus. Now the mayor of Boston has reached out to Sony to appeal to the companies, urging them to make a decision based on facts, not fear, and urging PlayStation not to play into harmful stereotypes about Chinese people.
I don't think it's a stereotype about Chinese people. I just think they don't want to get a bunch of people in there and get them sick. Like, and that's it is more fear, I guess, but it's a realistic thing. Like,
according to Boston's Mayor Marty Walsh, he sent a letter to PlayStation CEO saying to the gaming company president that the risk of individuals contracting the coronavirus in Boston, Massachusetts remains extremely low. Walsh has also stated that the letter that anti-Chinese and anti-Asian sentiments and misinformation have played a role into the increasing fear of the coronavirus in the United States. These fears reinforce harmful stereotypes that generations of Asians have worked hard to dismantle. They trigger our worst impulse and view entire groups of people with suspicions to close off ourselves and to miss out on the opportunities and connections of our global city provides. Boston is united in our efforts to dispel these harmful and misguided fears. I don't think it's people just don't want to get sick.
Yeah.
It's like, leave them fuckers alone.
When you start like piling a bunch of people in one room, like one motherfucker has it. Oh.
Like, I get it from a standpoint that a lot of these gaming companies, Nintendo, Sony, like a lot of these are of the Chinese descent, Asian descent. So I get that. Oh. Cool. Sure. But I mean, you can't hate on somebody because they don't want to get a bunch of people in one room and fucking die.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we just had our first death just now, and you know,
like 2 days ago. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's precautionary.
Greg Miller made a comment the other day that made me like really think about it differently. When he goes into the bathroom at an event like this, you will always see him wash his hands before he takes a piss. And you'll see him wash his hands before he takes a piss because when he goes to these cons and these events and stuff like that, he's going around, he's shaking people's hands, he's picking stuff off the tables, he's grabbing things, so on and so forth. And then instead of going to the bathroom, grabbing his dick to take a piss and then washing his hands, he's washing his hands to make sure he's got clean hands before he grabs his penis.
Yeah, makes a lot more sense. Because we all know that's how you get coronavirus is by touching your dick.
I don't know how we get it. I don't want it because I got a brand new TV. I'm not leaving my fucking house.
They'll just bring it to the hospital and you can watch it in the room.
So moral of this story is Boston mayor, stop being a dick.
Yeah. I see both sides of the coin. The Boston mayor is wanting to make some money, and PlayStation's wanting to not risk spreading disease.
See what happens when you're greedy?
Yeah.
Speaking of, I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a serious question. I want you to really think about this, okay?
Shit. Okay.
All right. And I'm not trying to steal anybody's credit. This is all Greg Miller. But I have this same question for you. Are you ready for this?
Shoot.
Is the Kool-Aid man the Kool-Aid or the jar?
Oh, shit. I saw this the other day. The Kool-Aid man, is the jar, and the Kool-Aid is the blood of Kool-Aid Christ spilt for you. Oh yeah.
I was watching an episode last night, and they were having that debate, and I was like, I never thought about it.
Well, what do you think?
I think he's the jar.
Okay, so we're on the same page then.
Yeah. I think he's the jar, and then the inside is just whatever he's whatever. I think the inside is his mood, because I saw this one commercial of where he gets out the shower and he goes up to his medicine cabinet on the wall and he opens up the medicine cabinet and he's got all these different flavors, and he just happens to pick the red flavor, squirts it in him, and then he goes on about his day.
Yeah, but who the fuck drinks anything other than red and purple?
I drink blue.
Psycho.
Okay, fine. Last question for you, and I think we'll be done for the day. I texted you earlier this week we were talking about movies, and you had brought up the comment of the Monster Hunter World movie coming out this year.
Oh, god damn it. I'm so sick of this shit.
What's the girl's name from all the Resident Evil movies?
Is it Jovovich?
Yeah, Jovovich.
Yeah.
Is she not a poster child for shitty movies?
She used to not be. Like, she was in The Fifth Element, and like the first Resident Evil movie was good.
Okay.
Well, to
a degree.
To a degree. And then she's just been in awful stuff since. Like, I
see. I didn't know that when you sent that message to me, so I went and looked it up. I was like, holy shit, she's in this. And then I went and I looked up all these other movies. And the first thing that came to my mind is, wow, she's a poster child for shitty fucking movies.
Yeah, she really is. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's like, sometimes these actors just kind of like take on movies just to stay slightly relevant. Like, I feel like that's why Jim Carrey did the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yeah, but now that he did it, I don't know who else could do it. Maybe Danny DeVito.
Dude, that would have been perfect.
Because like he's short and stumpy like that.
Yeah, they needed to make Sonic. Okay, so they needed to make Sonic the Hedgehog rated R. Danny DeVito was Dr. Robotnik, and whenever Sonic runs by people, it just like rips skin off.
Like, I want to see, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, or like the A-Train from the Boys, like just
fuck shit up,
destroys whatever he touches. That would have made it awesome. Like, I mean, obviously it wouldn't appeal to the masses, but Danny DeVito
would have been great for us.
Okay, so I already know the spoil. Like, the end credit scene is like Jim Carrey is like bald Dr. Robotnik, right?
Okay.
What if you still had Jim Carrey as the original Dr. Robotnik, and then when he turns into like the bad more evil, whatever the case might be, it's Danny DeVito.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah. I'm into it. We're gonna do a petition.
Okay. I don't know how that would work out. Anything else you got to say today?
Your PlayStation Plus lineup for the month is, hold on to your seats, folks. It's Sonic Legends.
Speak of the devil.
Sonic Legends.
But there's one more, though.
Made in 2017.
There's one more, though.
Yeah, it's just Shadow of the Colossus remake.
How many? I feel like they've given that game out so many times.
Yeah.
Like, I understand how well and like highly rated it is, but like it's been remade and given away so many times.
There's other games that you could give out for free. I mean, there's people that love this game. It's just not my not my forte. I mean, there's a Sonic game, but you know, whatever.
You're right.
That's your. Make sure you download these.
I don't ever download these games.
Sometimes there's worthy ones.
All right. Well, until next time.
All right. Bye, guys.